So this is an interesting topic. I just saw this video right now, and I was thinking about talking about this before, but I think it, I think it'll be a good topic, so people can know. All right, is the Philippines really healthy? You know, there's a lot of people coming out here, and they don't know stuff like this. So this video was made today. It talks about scientists develop low sugar, high protein rice to combat diabetes and obesity in the Philippines. All right. So, all right, and This is why something like this came to my attention. Okay. Make sure you pack the like button, guys. If you want to support the channel, throw a super chat, or the links are in the bio. All right. Now, you know, in this location where I'm at, I've been hearing that young people have diabetes, and I'm like, what? They're around my age. All right. So, you know, that, and then there's a lot of high blood pressure. All right. So, yeah, recently, one of relatives around here, they had problems like that. So I kind of looked it up, but I'm gonna tell you my living experience and from what I see, and the products that you should just look for something, healthier, right? It says right here 4.3 millions were diagnosed with diabetes, and 2.8 they never get, they don't take anything for it. So diabetic retinopathy is a top cause of preventable blindness. Ooh, there's a mosquito. And it also I mean, you can search it up yourself, and it's gonna tell you a lot. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of articles that you can look up. It says redefine carbohydrates, white rice can raise blood glucose levels and increase the risk of type 2 diabetes. Now there is a lot of, there's different types. So this is something else, but it does make sense, because living out here, like, you live in the province, whatever. Yeah, people eat more rice than anything, because it's just part of living out here. People are not very economically stable, I guess you could say it that way. That's one of the reasons, and having the sorry, like, I can see why also a lot of younger generations have diabetes, because kids, they come and they buy candy all day they're eating candy. That's a thing they love. Filipinos love candy. And then I'm gonna show y'all products like these, products like these. Well, all these things are just like Coke. Even these coffees, it's like drinking a Coke. That's how you gotta think about it. Why? Because all these things, they have artificial flavors and artificial sugars. So these are not very, healthy for diabetic, like if you want to avoid being diabetic, these things, they're not too healthy. But yeah, there's I've been seeing this a lot. I've been seeing this a lot. Like a lot of young adults, they have high, high sugar problem, and I can see why. Living out here, like I was saying on another blog, that I don't drink Coke, but when I do drink Coke, I go out there and I try to look like for Diet Coke, Coke Zero, stuff like that. When you go out here in the province areas, now if I go to the city, yeah, I can find some. But people like in the provinces, they don't have that. Like I have found it, but I only found it like a couple of times. It's very rare, so people are not even used to, people are not used to it. They just get a soda and boom, let's go. Also, the Cobra drinks, the Stings, they're very popular out here, and yeah, they have a lot of sugars. They have around 25 grams, something like that. But you just gotta put it in perspective. If you drink one of these in the morning, let's just say, then you drink a Coke in the middle of the day, and then you drink a Sting, like let's say later at night. You're already like a 75 for the day on sugar intake. The intake that you should consume on sugar is around 25, 30 at least, the most. And that's what a lot of people don't sometimes they cannot understand, or they might not, they don't get it, because I didn't used to get it before. When I started like going to the gym and all of that, I learned more about those stuff. But yeah, if I go out here and try to buy a Diet Coke, I'm not saying Diet Coke is more healthy, but it is a better alternative to regular Coke and all of that, because it doesn't spike your blood sugars up. Um, so yeah, that's really like that's the main problem out here. Look how many Filipinos died from diabetes in 2021. 21 increase from the previous years. Diabetes was the fourth leading cause of death in the Philippines, after asthmatic heart disease, cancer, and pneumonia. Uh, and type 2 diabetes is the 85% of cases here. More than 32% of people with type 2 have cardiovascular complications, and more than 80% are either overweight or obese. Um, Not, I mean, you don't. Some people are not overweight. I mean, it can, because it raises your glucose levels. When your glucose levels raise, you want to eat more, and then you want more sweet, or you want this. That's when your cravings. But even if people that are not obese, it doesn't mean they're healthy and stuff. Um, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, hopefully things will improve. It's really not good that you know people have problems like this out here, because it, it's the fourth major problem here. So yeah, something just to be aware about. Be aware about. All right, I'm out of here.